are things that we need to see about. Surely I do have to spell them out. 'Cause you know as well as I do, the only way is put in more effort and less play. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together.
All rise. All rise. The Street Council is in session on the Street 919 FM.
Now the election back and I'll die away. In short, this is what I have to say. Let us forget fights and grudges and concentrate. Come, let us sit and try to relate. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together. Oh, yeah.
Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago.
Remember,
it's the Street Council, and we are in session today, being Friday, the last Friday of June,
forget all your differences, let we
the
start.
27th, 2025. And yes, it's Friday.
Because now, more than ever,
a lot of people choose this day to eat some fried food as well, right? Some outside food. It's the day that you cheat on your diet, and as well, it's month end. So, you know, some of us, we tend to patronize with your favorite restaurants and get something nice to eat. So good afternoon to all of you that are having lunch at work, or probably you're out on the highways and byways, maybe a little traffic here and there. But good afternoon going out to you guys. Also good afternoon going out to all our listeners via YouTube and Facebook. Also www.thestreet919fm.com. Good afternoon, guys. It's yours truly, your speaker of the house, Anderson.
that we need to see about.
Waiting the arrival of my co-host,
Surely I do have to spell them.
Hashim. I know that he's on his way, so
I do the only way.
I hope that you reach here safely.
Put in more effort and less play.
So all of the weather a bit a little mixed weather again today.
We must show
More sun, which is good.
discipline, tolerance, and production.
You all plant a little scythe home and the amount of rain.
Strong and better.
And scythe kind of, say, gosh, boy, too much water.
That is the foundation. So come let us work hand in.
So don't forget to share the live.
This is our land.
Share. Let your friends, let your neighbors know.
Nation together.
Let your family know that the Street Council is on. Gotta say good afternoon going out to all our loyal listeners as well. Remember, this is our check-in hour. just about 29 minutes past of 12 o'clock in sweet, sweet Trinidad. So I invite you guys to check in. Let me know exactly what's up with you. If you have any concerns, please feel free to share it.
In a foreign land.
You guys know the numbers.
It's the time to come home and do something instead of staying out there and freezing.
Get interactive with us. Call now and be part of the show. Don't miss out. Dial 466-5391 or 342-0081 and join the conversation today. The Street 919 FM, where your opinion matters.
Members, we invite you to be a part of the conversation. Please be mindful and remember our house rules. Be respectful. Keep your contribution under 3 minutes. This house is open to everyone.
So yeah, if you have any concerns, anything that we probably missed, something that you maybe want to touch on, feel free to call us in. Let me know.
Let us forget fights and grudges and concentrate.
Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Hey, good afternoon.
Mr. La Hocketa, good afternoon to you, member.
Yeah, good day to you, sir, and your co-pilot there, Mr. Hashim the Dream.
He isn't here as yet, but he's on his way. He's on his way.
Tell him. Now is not any time it's that time again. You know. Of the past.
You understand? And the council, we try to operate very punctual. So Hashim, right? Good.
So you got to that guy. So for him, any time it's that time by Kitchener. Anyhow. The elements today, we have the sun, we have the Sahara dust, but no rain as far since my eyes opened up this morning. I ain't seen no.
You haven't seen any rain. Well, I saw a bit coming from south. There was a bit, but more sun. But there were a couple showers in between. Yeah, even on the highway while heading down to the station, or heading up to the station. You know, yeah. So it had a bit of rain, but thankfully it's more sun than rain.
That's a fact, but we have a high concentration of the Sahara dust where I live in. I don't know when this thing will ease up by. If you go to it, I remind the tongue proper, it don't have that it don't have that. I live in the south of Arima, so their concentration are fine and no ease up. Anyhow, so many news items to start with. We have the Senate debating the Revenue Authority.
Right.
And then we have the Prime Minister Pension, the proposed amendment to the Prime Minister Pension Act. So that is the news. That is the hot news politically. We have the West Indies fighting up with Australia. We don't know if they will win because they perform good sometime and then next thing you know they just collapse.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is the most important thing as far I am hearing. Well, Monday is supposed to be pension for government pensioners. When I mean government pensioners, I don't mean old age. There's a difference between old age pensioners and government pensioners. Government pensioners are persons who work for the government and their pensions are due at the end of the month.
Right.
Well, I realize I have been getting my pension late from last month. I hope this month I get my pension. I wouldn't call the name of the organization yet. I'm just monitoring to see if our pension will be paid because pension. You're really supposed to get pension in the bank from this evening,
right?
Right? But the official date is Monday. But the last time, we went about 2-3 days after. In all my 8 years of my pension, and that's the first time that ever happened. So I hope it will happen this month again. Anyhow, let me leave that as everything is, and let me see what's up. Well, I'm home here today, this afternoon.
Right.
So I'll keep in touch.
All right, no problem. Thanks so much for touching in with us, Mr. Locketa. So yeah, so on my way to the station, I decided to pass Reporter Spain. I pass I passed by the Red House, and I saw a lot of rainbow flags. I'm not too sure if I'm missing something today. If there's a reason why they are actually on the opposite side of the Red House. That's the LGBTQ RSTY. At this point, it's just so much of letters, but I don't know what
instead of staying
is the gathering about today. I don't know if it's a protest or some sort of celebration for something. I'm not sure, but I saw a lot of them there with those rainbow flags and so forth.
tolerance and production,
And it just made me think that, you know,
build a strong and
there's so much other things happening, and you know, I'm not seeing
that is
those individuals coming together to protest
so
or to campaign or to ask
because
for, you know,
on my
for serious issues to be addressed. Like, for instance,
presentation,
I saw in the news, you know, that there were two Venezuelans that was two ladies found dead in Cunupia, buried in a grave. It is alleged that they, you know, like they were beheaded because their heads were wrapped up in plastic or bubble wrap, however. And my thing is that, you know, I should be seeing, or we should be seeing more persons, more groups that, you know, are against crime and so forth out there, asking and pleading with the government to address it. And my reason for that is that the beginning of this year up to this present time, we haven't really seen any crackdown where crime is concerned. It just seems to be escalating. And, you know, every day we talk about it, and every day you would hear me talk about it, because it you know, it does worry me. Nothing these days is like coincidence, you know. It's like you have to be watching over your shoulder. And let me tell you how crazy it is. Sometime last week, you know, there was a lot of rain, so I had on a hoodie, and I came out of my vehicle to go and get something to eat, and a young lady just jumped out of a vehicle and was walking in front of me. But because I had on the hoodie and I was walking behind of her, she actually stopped and pulled on the side just for me to pass. And I didn't give her wrong, you know, because you're living in a country right now that it's so scary at times. She just saw me with a hoodie and probably think I was probably going to, you know, grab her phone or a bag or something. As much as it hurts for someone to recognize or think that I would do something like that, at the same time too, you know, it's just the society that we live in right now. I even saw that, you know, I think it's today, the new commissioner of police, he is going to be on the tape as a co-host. But when are we really going to put our foot down?
now with the election back and I'll die away.
When is the police service actually going to be able to crack down
This is what I
on this wild horse
fights and grudges and
in
concerns.
reference to the crime?
Come
We
let
really need to do something about it.
because now
Looking at the news and just hearing of these stories over and over again
discipline
is very worrying.
and production to build.
So I say, you know, we should really be able to stand up
I say that is the main foundation.
for these things and come together
Oh, come let us work hand in hand because this is our land,
and let those persons in authority know
my sister.
that they need to do something now.
The nation together. Oh,
Maybe I missed something. Maybe you could tell me if I missed it. I am not too sure if they started to implement certain things or what. what are they doing to really address this outrageous crime situation? So, you know, I invite you guys to, you know, check in with me. Let me know.
Remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now more than ever we must show.
I also saw today
tolerance and production.
The government has taken
a strong and better.
are going to be taking that opportunity to debate in Parliament today.
That is the main foundation. So
about the pension bill, making certain amendments to it.
This is our land. Come, my brother.
I saw the former Prime Minister is gonna skip this one out. The Honorable Stuart Young. He says that, you know, he doesn't believe that, you know, he should be a part of it. Now, as much as I do understand that the current administration would like to make amendments so that future prime ministers and so forth
surely I do have to spell them out.
Will obviously have to follow through with a particular stipulation before they could receive this pension.
It's putting more effort and less play.
If you are someone new that just looking in, it kind of looks like, you know, it's more or less trying to attack one person in particular, just of the time frame of it, and then, you know,
build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main one.
Making amendments
so
as to
hand in hand.
address the fact that, you know, I believe that Mr. Stuart Young was or became the Prime Minister on the 17th of March, so retracting it to probably March, I think it's March 10th or 12th. It seemed like there's a particular agenda. But my thing is, we're spending so much time on these things, which I understand should be addressed for future Prime Ministers and so forth. But I wait to see exactly how this, you know, really unfolds.
This also goes for everything big.
I hope that it doesn't become something that we'll have to see in the courts. The legal aspect of it, if it would stand up in any courts.
Instead of staying out there.
But I don't see it really
because now more than
affecting the previous Prime Minister, because
discipline, tolerance.
Mr. Stuart Young is a well-known attorney.
A strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation.
His family, you know, his families are involved in so much different businesses. He himself is a businessman.
Come, my brother, come.
So I am not seeing it to really, it's going to be, you know, affecting him in such a way that it warrants all of this. But that's just me. All I'm saying is that I believe that, you know, a lot of our focus should be on the, you know, serious issues. Just take a look at what is happening around the world. And while I'm seeing a lot of debates going on, they ask for more money to be able to run the country until the next budget. These days we're hearing a lot of big money figures, eh? The expenses, some of the expenses from the previous administration as well. A lot of question marks there as well, eh? And as I mentioned yesterday, when you think about some of those expenses, and And then we saying tighten our belts, cold spots, no macaroni. Imagine you'll watch a Trini and tell a Trini, no macaroni pie on a Sunday.
Who Trini you telling that?
What do you mean with Trini?
Who Trini you telling that?
Gonzales, I tell Trinidadians.
I have a couple words for Gonzales, but we're on the radio right now.
The Honorable Gonzales, I'm going to make sure I don't want to. The minister. That's what he said. But good afternoon, Hashim. Thanks. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us.
We was here.
Thanks for joining us.
We was here.
I see things looking up real good on your end, boy.
How so?
Wow.
How so, boy?
Are you looking fresh, so, boy?
Me?
You looking like you now jump out of the washing machine.
Nah. That's just the engine room. The engine room have a special camera. They have a special filter on me today now.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what it is. We just had a thing because I tell them, hey, I'm still looking a little too fresh. I can't be standing next to them looking.
No, man. I am
looking any kind of how. So I asked them to slap a filter on today so I can measure up now.
What's that on your shoulder?
On my shoulder.
Look like an eagle, but the eagle has landed, boy. Thing nice, boy.
No.
Thing is nice with you. Everything is nice.
Wait. How all you feel? Wow.
So I was waiting for you to come as well because, as promised, we have a video to play.
Yes.
And I didn't want to play the video without you being here. Let me take this one quickly before we play that video.
All
Hi,
right.
good afternoon, member. Welcome. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, DJ Anderson and Bigger.
Afternoon,
Good
KFC.
afternoon.
Big guy smiling, but it's mountain, but the eagle land.
What is this, boy? What is this, boy?
DJ Anderson,
Nah, boy. Oh, yeah.
It's like we work in two separate places in a KFC.
It's a real make-out
We
scene.
work in two separate places because, boy,
It's a serious make-out scene.
I don't know. I don't know if it's we work in two separate places or the
Yes,
ATM,
yes,
the ATM account running different.
DJ Anderson,
Mm-mm.
I was saying yesterday, Senator, the colors around with the Tapana there.
Yeah.
You know what they're protesting for?
What are they protesting for?
You know, they're supposed to see Strawman and what they're protesting?
You see. Oh my gosh, boy.
Views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
I can't, you know. I really can't.
So, I really want to play this within this hour because we have a live interview in the next hour. That is with the president of the Prisons Association of Trinidad and Tobago. He's going to have a chat with us in relation to the incident that happened last week, Friday, with one of the prison officers who was shot by I mean, as they say, it could have been a hit, an assassination attempt. Thankfully, he's alive. One of the shooters died. Was it yesterday? I believe he died. So we're gonna connect with him, Mr. Gordon, and he's going to obviously give us a little more insight as to what happened then and what are they putting in place so that future incidents like this would not occur. You know, well, at least try to limit it. Because as we all know, there's always rogue elements among us all. Yeah.
Always.
So everybody was asking for this video, this straw, for us to play the straw video.
And KFC do not call back and
engine room.
Yeah,
we're gonna play that now.
We're gonna play it through the stream because I want the people on the live to view it as well.
Definitely.
And we can't have it said that we don't appeal to our listeners, huh? Never let it be said. Never let that be said.
I don't want nobody to buff me today. Or as some callers say, I have two fathers. I don't want my next daddy to buff me.
I tell you that.
Right? I am going to make sure and play that video.
Couldn't be me.
Let me see. Let me make sure the engine room could bring it up.
You take real buffing, eh? I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say, That is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together. So much of things that we need to see about. Surely I do have to spell them out.
Alright guys, so for the ones that want to see exactly what we are talking about, go right now to our website, www.thestreet919fm.com, and we're gonna be playing the video now. Also for the ones that probably if you have access to YouTube, go ahead and connect to YouTube now. Right, so let me play that video now for you guys.
The government. It loves you and wants to keep you safe and well. It even wants to make paying taxes, fines, and court costs easier for you. How? Well, you'll need to meet your straw man. He was born the same day you were. He looks like you, has the same name, and lives in your house, but you never knew he existed. You will have even paid his parking tickets or taxes. The worst part? He's been dead from day one. From every birth certificate, a legal personality, or legal fiction, is created with the same name to confuse little old you into thinking it's you. So, there is a human you and a paper you, or as it's commonly known, a straw man. So when it seems like government officials, court clerks, or the police are speaking English, they aren't. They're speaking legalese, designed to make you agree to verbal and written contracts without even knowing about it, all spun from Black's Law Dictionary. For example, when the police say, "Do you understand?" you'll say, "Yes." What they are really saying is, "Do you stand under our authority?" Oops-a-daisy, you just created a verbal contract with them. Oh, you clever government. Did you know that whenever you register something, you are handing over title to the person you register it with? That's right. Whenever you register something with the government, they assume it belongs to them. Registered your car? Super! Now you are the registered keeper of your vehicle, and the government can crush it when you don't pay your, straw man's taxes. Expecting a new bundle of joy? Well then you need to register your little darling with a birth certificate. Then they can start the process all over again and create a new straw man for your little one. Isn't that great? So when Junior grows up, he'll be able to generate revenue just like you have. When you notify on your baby by signing the birth certificate, your child becomes a ward of state, and if the government doesn't like what you're doing, they'll assume it's okay to take the child away, or make new rules for things they don't like. Not enough school? Smacking your child? Shouting too loudly? Then it's off to social services for the little one. When you get a bill, it's sent to you, but belongs to your straw man, not you. That's why bills, fines, and summons start with Mr., Mrs., or Ms. Sometimes you'll see your surname in capitals, just like on a gravestone. That's because your straw man is dead, and just a silly piece of paper, created before you could comprehend or even consent to it. When you go to court, you represent your straw man, so you, the human, take on any costs, fees, taxes, and fines involved for the straw man. The human you doesn't even need to pay them. But you made a contract with the court by appearing on behalf of your legal personality or straw man, just like the government knew you would. Confused? Well, don't worry. The government doesn't want you to know anyway. If you knew, you'd stop paying things like council tax and parking tickets. Because when you go to court, you are representing your straw man. You are you, alive and made of flesh and blood. Your straw man or legal personality is a piece of paper created from your birth certificate. And you think it's you. What a silly Billy. Would you like to know more? Well, then go over to tpuc.org. Get up, get informed, and get real.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we.
All right, so
I think you
guys
gotta play out. Well, it's there already. So
yeah, so you guys saw the video. I'm sorry that I cannot play it as the instructions that was given. Play it for 3 minutes. You know, write down what you understand, play it over again, that kind of things. But if it is that it does interest you guys and you guys want to get more in depth in it, it's on YouTube. It's what is it again? The Strawman?
Meet Your Strawman.
Meet Your Strawman. Yeah. So I did my part. The information is out there. So you guys do what you want with this vital information. Yeah. We have some bills to pay, and then after we're gonna come back with that interview with the president of the Prisons Association, Mr. Gordon. Yeah. So we're gonna pay those bills now.
We'll be back.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
You want to find something great to do with your Tuesday nights? You want to learn and understand the true reason for Jesus? Then join us every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. for the program, This Same Jesus, the program that puts Jesus in his rightful place in our hearts and in our homes. Let's bring church home to you. Join us every Tuesday nights from 8 to 9 p.m. with your hosts, Kempes and Kevin. Be inspired, be blessed right here on the Street 91.9 FM.
Falling in love with Jesus.
Planning your Tobago getaway? Choose the highest Google-rated car rental company on the island, O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago. Located just minutes from the A&R Robinson International Airport, at O'Neill, we pride ourselves on being the most tech-savvy car rental company in Tobago. Our process is 100% digital. No paperwork, no long lines. From easy pickup to seamless returns, renting a car in Tobago has never been simpler. WhatsApp us now at 1-868-361-1042 to book your vehicle. Don't forget to mention promo code Radio2 to receive a 5% discount on your rental. Send a WhatsApp message to 1-868-361-1042 today. That's 1-868-361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago, the easiest, most reliable car rental experience on the island.
Vehicle availability is subject to change. Driver must be at least 25 years old and have a valid driver's license to book. For more information, visit www.rentalcartobago.com.
Men, women, tired of the invasive, painful old methods of testing prostate and breasts?
The Institute of Health and Fitness Clinic and Wellness Center offers comprehensive and non-invasive diagnostic testing, which indicates the nature and extent of diseases and tests your nutritional levels. Our quick testing can identify early signs of problems by evaluating many of the bodily functions, such as male and female sexual function, gastrointestinal function, liver function, kidney function, thyroid function, heart and brain function, and also cancer testing. Results are comparable with other medical lab tests without the use of needles or embarrassing specimen cups, and is pain-free. We also offer all natural treatments. Visit us now at number 79 St. Vincent Street, Tunapuna, or call 492-7397 or 289-6363.
Ikaro, I am Alatumishe Ifabamishe Aganki, better known as MC Duke.
And every Monday between the hours of 9 p.m. to midnight,
I host a show called Orisha, The Way of Life, right here on the Street 919 FM, where I have guests passing through from the Orisha Ifa Baptist diaspora to educate, edify, and inform you, the listening public, about Orisha Ifa practices. So remember to tune in
every Monday between the hours of 9 p.m. to midnight
for Orisha, The Way of Life.
Are you tired of scratching the surface? Do you want to understand the real forces shaping Trinidad and Tobago? From the delicate dance of our energy sector on the global stage, to the geopolitical shadows behind the crime affecting our streets, we dig deeper. The third umpire goes beyond the headlines. We connect the dots between local challenges and the international currents that truly impact your life, your wallet, your security. Join Stephen Matheson, Selvin Mitchell, and Ronaldo Rollux, 3 employment law and human resource management consulting professionals, as they unpack the complexities, analyze the power plays, and reveal the often hidden realities. Understand the game. Understand your role in it. The third umpire, critically analyzing Trinidad and Tobago's economic and political realities on how they affect your daily lives. Tune in Monday to Friday at 4 p.m. on the Street 919 FM. Don't just listen to the news. Understand it.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning on the Street 919 FM radio. Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Chamflo, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on the Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Welcome to Pizza Hut.
Hi, can I get a medium pepper?
Here you go.
Oh, wow. How did you...
It's Pizza Hut's Hot to Go. So you get taste, quality, and speed all in one go.
And I can get...
one medium hot to go for $89 or 2 medium hot to go for $169 in pepperoni, Hawaiian, and veg, Monday to Friday.
Can you get
your girlfriend to forgive you as fast as our hot to go pizza? No, sir.
Come in and try our hot to go specials today at locations nationwide. Pizza Hut. Now that's delivering.
So line up, link up, creep up, rock and come in. It's all about the fastest growing reggae show in the land without a doubt. Reggae Rock Sundays on the Shit 919 FM with yours truly, MC Duke and Selector Kochi on the ones and twos. So make it a date and don't be late. 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. right here on the Shit 919 FM. Gadamawe King Selassie.
Whoever said messy was a bad thing totally missed the point. Take that hit song everyone loves now. It probably started like this. Baby, calm down. That's why KFC is celebrating the messy moments with our Messy Cruncher and Messy Zinger sandwiches for only $34.95. Imagine a crunchy, golden brown, flavorful chicken sandwich sauced to perfection with our signature sweet, spicy, tangy sauces. Oh boy. So crunch into the deliciously messy moments today. Check socials for details. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
You are listening to the Street 919 FM. Stay with us for news, interviews, and commentary that shape our democracy. Street 919 FM, the official station that defends the nation.
All rise, all rise. The Street Council is now in session on the Street 919 FM. Your speakers of the House, Anderson and Hashim.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Now the election back and I'll die away. In short, this is what I have to say. Let us forget.
So good afternoon once again, members. Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago, and to the world. This is the Street Council.
Now, more than ever,
yours truly, your speakers of the House, Anderson and Hashim.
And production. To build a strong and better nation, I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us.
And again, I want to say good afternoon going on to all our members locked on via our YouTube. Don't forget to share the live, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a neighbor to tell their friends as well that the Street Council is on, yeah?
Remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country, we must have regard.
So, I want to address a deeply troubling event that happened last week.
And onward to progress we surely will.
When one of our brave prison officers was shot while leaving duty on his way home. This incident has shaken not only the prison service but also our broader community.
That is the main.
Joining us now to shed light on this matter is the president of the Prisons Officers Association, Mr. Gordon. We want to understand what happened, how our officers are being protected, and what actions are being taken and need to be taken in response. So joining us today in the council is Mr. Gordon. He is the president of the Prisons Association of Trinidad and Tobago.
So much of things that we need to see about.
So what we do know is that obviously it seems to have been an assassination attempt on one of the prison officers.
The only way is put in more effort and less play.
And we see this as, as an assassination because these guys came prepared.
Tolerance and production.
This wasn't just a simple, I want to steal your vehicle. You have a nice iPhone or a nice S25, I want it. These guys, Hashim had on gloves and they were well organized. As much as while they were trying to escape the car, I think they crashed the car into a lamppost. One of them fly out the vehicle. He was at hospital and then he succumbed to his injuries. And I think the other one is probably still on the loose. But don't worry, Don't you be worried. There's a man above. And if you don't get catch,
you get dealt.
On earth here, trust me, your days are numbered, my brother.
You get dealt with. Them kind of people don't live long, you know.
At all.
I don't care how you feel about it. When you do them kind of things, karma will come for you. Comes for everybody. But you see, when you willfully put yourself in them kind of situations to terrorize the lives of others, yeah, your end comes, and it never is pleasant. It's never pleasant.
Yeah, I mean, imagine you leaving work after a hard days of work. Jump in your vehicle to head home to your family, to your loved ones. I don't even think the officer had any idea, any clue that he was going to end up in that sort of situation on that particular day. And then, you know, they ask why we talk about crime and why we asking the government to address it, and the commissioner of police, and you name them, right?
I don't understand why you think it's unnecessary to ask about it. You know, these are things that are happening
and I'm
right
not
now.
I'm not even talking about this administration. I'm talking about the beginning of this year, at least. I'm not even going further back. The beginning of this year to at present, Hashim, I have not seen a crackdown, a serious crackdown where serious crimes are concerned.
Neither have I.
And we continue to go on our daily lives like it doesn't affect us. You know what affecting us? How much, who should get pension, who shouldn't get pension. Right? Bacchanal and confusion.
You're talking about within the government.
Yeah, bacchanal and confusion, pettiness, fish market, you name it. But we're not cracking down on this.
You just ask sometimes if they even see us, you know, outside of an election year. You really do.
And you know, you say that and it make me remember something. Some of us, we work in an organization. We work in big organizations. We know the boss. We know how the boss look. We know what the boss drive. Some of us may even know where the boss lives. But here the question. Do our bosses really know us? Some of those bosses don't even know your first or last name.
You're just a face and a statistic.
Exactly.
You're a number.
Some of them will walk in an establishment and be like, yeah, the red fella there. What's his name? And I might shout and say, yeah, that's Hashim. What he does do? What we pay need to do? He does do so and so and yeah. But they don't really know you.
Yep.
And it comes down again to just as what you said. Do our politicians only know us during election?
I think so. Personally. Whoever it is trying to vote or get in the power and get a title, be the head of the country, you only see certain people at certain times. And even more so in those election years, you really only see those who fund your campaigns. Who sign the paychecks to put you there. Those are the people you attend to first whenever you have said title in government. That's why you're always wondering where your tax dollars are going. They're going to the people who paid for them to be there. It's not a rocket surgery or brain science, you know. Y'all do a lot of complaining about who did this and who did that and yada yada yada. It's only their fault to a certain extent. What about the people who paid for them to be there? The ones who get their bottom line at the end of the day. Your taxpayers' money go to them, you know, to keep them happy, in order to fund those people to get back in power again. But I think that's a conversation for another time.
So while we are waiting to connect with Mr. Gordon, because he's joining us via Zoom. I know I probably didn't mention that. So we're just having a light, conversation while we await to connect with him.
Discipline, tolerance, and production.
But just looking at
Strong and better nation.
what is happening at present.
That is the main foundation. So come let us work
Every single day.
our land.
You turn on your television, you look at the social media, the media outlets and so forth. All you see is just violence.
And this is not just Trinidad and Tobago he's talking about, I mean, a lot of us are very concerned about what's going on right here in these little twin islands. People, the world is going to tutu right now. With everything that is happening. 4 corners of the globe are literally on the cusp of war. And yet we have those right here on our soil finding the time to bicker and throw unnecessary jabs at each other. Instead of trying to secure our position to make sure that we're okay for what is to come. You're not worried about that. You're worried about making fun of who can't speak well in Parliament. Or who didn't spend the money where they were supposed to spend it. Y'all make me worried sometimes. And it's the everyman who suffers way more than they do. And I feel like if they had just one day to return back to a regular citizen, the one who lives from paycheck to paycheck, I wonder if then they will feel and understand what it is we be complaining about.
Is it Hashim? Is it only when it falls in our garden, in our homes, that we talk loud,
Yes.
we speak out, but once it doesn't affect us directly, we say nothing.
Yes.
It doesn't bother us.
Yep.
Well, that's not gonna happen here on
We
the
quick
council,
to, we are very quick as humans, not as Trinbagonians, just as humans in general, to point and scrutinize, make fun of, whenever it's not you. Look at this, for instance. I'm watching here on the Shade Room. Diddy's children and legal team arriving to court ahead of the defense closing arguments. People are gathered around to snap pictures of them, point and jeer at this man's children. Forget whatever he's done, but they're ready to point and jeer and say, "Aha, your father dirty, yada yada yada." Let that have been your uncle, who they was calling a pedophile and a rapist. I don't know if I can say the other word on radio. Let it have been your uncle, right? Oh, but we can't talk about it now, right? Or let it have been you being under these accusations, you directly, that they only could talk about. And no matter how you try to defend yourself, it's just more sneering and scorning. The human condition. I know we getting a little off topic here. I remember this one time I was scrolling through my timeline and a question was asked: if you could wish for anything if you could get rid of anything in the world, what it would be. And I shared it and I said my answer would be humans.
Whoa.
And people said, "What are you talking about?" Bro, if we're being real, humans are the cause of everything wrong in the world, you know. The world was on its regular course before human evolution started. But everything that is wrong with the world are human concepts. Racism, sexism, discrimination, classism, well, whatever other negative ism you can think of, are all human concepts. A lion does not show racial discrimination to another lion. They either are family or there's rivals. Plain and simple. It's just survival for them. There's no classism. There's no classism among birds. You wake up, you fly, you build a nest, you find a mate, you make children, and you raise a family. It's as simple as that. Humans have long since lost that concept.
Well, boy.
But again, we getting real off topic, and I know that might be a little bit dark that's a little bit of a dark conversation to start the weekend off on. But yeah.
So for the ones that are probably just joining us, as mentioned earlier, now remember to share the live to the ones on YouTube and so forth, and you guys could also be a part of the conversation. So today, as I said, we really addressing a deeply troubling event that happened just last week, when one of our brave prison officers was shot while leaving duty on his way home. This incident has shaken not only the prison service but also our broader community. Joining us to shed light on the matter is the president of the Prison Officers Association, Mr. Gordon. We want to understand what happened, how our officers are being protected, and what actions are being taken and need to be taken in response. So joining us live now is Mr. Gordon. Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Gordon. Are you hearing us?
Yes, I'm hearing you just fine.
Nice.
Are you all me?
Yes,
we're hearing you well.
We are hearing you.
Okay, good.
So, Mr. Gordon, firstly, I want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us today. To begin, can you confirm any official details about the shooting incident involving the officer last week? What have you learned so far?
Good day again, good day to your listeners. What we learned is that he wasn't going home. He left work. The duty is 1 to 9, 6 to 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. and then 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. And he had completed the first leg of that duty, that 1 to 9. He was going to get something to eat. In fact, he would have been followed sometime when he left the maximum security prison. He would have been followed. The car came up on his right-hand side, and the shooters then attempted to murder the officer. He was shot multiple times, and he was still able to make it across the lights. And he would have stopped just shy of that off-ramp if you were heading west and then want to head south to the airport. He would have just stopped just shy of the lights there, and they would have attempted to make good their escape, and they would have lost control of the vehicle. The road was wet, crashed, and now we know that one of the assailants would have passed away, I think, yesterday.
Yeah.
We have another one in custody.
Oh, so they did catch the other person.
Yeah, that is the information that I have.
All right.
Yeah, so the thing about it is, I like to give people a little background. But sometimes it's easy to live in a bubble and to think that it doesn't happen elsewhere. But strange enough, in this instance, Trinidad and Tobago, and I challenge you guys, to do your own research, is the only country within the entire Commonwealth, and in fact, this entire hemisphere, where prison officers are hunted and murdered with impunity. It doesn't happen anywhere else like this. If you hear of officers being injured on the job, it's because of a riotous situation. They would have been assaulted while on duty. But the phenomenon of having an officer leave work and be attacked or murdered outside of the prison is something that is really not heard of in all of the other jurisdictions.
Very interesting.
If you go to the United States, we love to compare, they would have had just probably, I think, 3 or 2 in the last 80 years murders of prison officers outside of the prison. We are pushing somewhere around 30 officers in 2 decades. We had multiple murders sometimes in a particular year. The last one that I had was Kendall Smith at Sam Village. That would have been last year, 2024, I think somewhere around January. So the thing about it is that there's no question that the job is a dangerous one. And I often tell people, this being my 27th year as a prison officer, is that your life changes forever. It is never going to be the same because this is not a walk. You know, you say, but I'm looking for a walk. Being a prison officer is not a walk. You are given your life and that of your family's life over to the state to carry out a responsibility and a duty that few. You see, we'll have people on the outside who will pontificate and they will point fingers and they would make all sorts of off-the-cuff statements. But the reality is, when we look at the data, last year we lost 24 active officers to heart attack, strokes, cancer, renal failure. And if you do your background on those things are really caused through lifestyle diseases. So officers work tremendously long hours in an environment that is, is ridiculously disgusting. And they don't eat on time. We don't eat on time. We often fall into a pattern of not even sleeping comfortably. If an officer gets more than 4 to 5 hours, he should consider himself lucky. And you are placed in this, you are in this position, and then the response over the years has certainly been lackluster. It has been, we have been labeled. I often see the one thing for certain is almost as if you choosing to become a prison officer, all of a sudden the public believes that you too is a criminal. So when we talk about improving our stead, improving the environment in which we work, ultimately the conditions under which our charges, the inmates live in, is going to have to improve. And I always tell people that this is an investment in the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And they say, but Gordon, what do you mean? I said, listen, if we are not properly outfitted to do our duty, which is to restore, which is to rehabilitate, provide opportunities for learning, for expansion of the person's mind, to change their mind, then all we are doing is housing citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, warehousing them for whatever period of time, and then they are going to be released someday. More than 90% of all incarcerated persons are going to find themselves free. And as a country and as a nation, if we are not understanding that we have to do all that is possible to impact these individual lives in a positive way to cause change to happen, then we are not going to get, and we are seeing the results of it in our society. Crime is out of hand. We have a very high recidivism rate. We are not being focused. The focus is, and I really believe, I'm not blaming anyone, but I really think there is a great misunderstanding as to what is the purpose of incarceration in our society. And that bleeds through everything. The politicians are citizens, and people will sit and talk, and we have this continuation of the misrepresentation and the misunderstanding that it's pervasive among society. But the women and men of the Trinidad and Tobago prison service, and I'm not saying that because I am there. I'm saying it because living it and seeing it, we make tremendous personal sacrifice on behalf of this beautiful Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago.
But tell me something, Mr. Gordon. What kind of protection are in place for officers when they, if any, when outside of work?
There's nothing really. We would have been, and when I say we, the Prison Officers Association would have engaged in an exercise. I think it would have been 2019, if I'm not mistaken, or before that. We would have had done some amendments along with the then Attorney General.
Right.
Prison Service Act, which spoke to increasing penalties, not only for threats and attacks against prison officers, also against prison officers who are found trafficking. And I'm making that point because oftentimes when I am invited to speak or on an interview, they always bring up the officers who are not doing what they should be doing. And I often say we again, the Prison Officers Association, along with the prison administration, we are actively involved in trying to rid our service of these rogue elements. When you hear a prison officer is held, yes, you'll hear the police arrest and charge, but he's held by prison officers.
Right.
So I think it's sometimes a bit unfair that we sometimes paint everyone, all 3,200 men and women, because we have a few fools. We paint everybody. I even remember hearing somebody saying that let them dead, all of them corrupt, and that hurt in a way I can't describe, because we have families, we have parents, we have children, we have wives and husbands, we are cousins, we are uncles, we are nieces and nephews, and we are fully interwoven into the fabric. We are not separate, we are not aliens to Trinidad and Tobago. And when people say things like that, it really, it sometimes have you questioning your life choices. As if you should continue to put your life before that. Family. We can't forget your family, because I mean, look at what happened to Balgobin there on Friday.
Correct.
And you leave work, you're going to get something to eat. And now you have extensive injuries, notwithstanding that he has been stabilized, but some of the bullets are still within his body.
Yeah. I actually got that information as well. And you know that there's a lot of information that sometimes out there. Obviously, people tend to come up with their own analogy of exactly what transpired and so forth. And you mentioned something, and I want to ask you, what support, both emotional and financial, has the officer's family received from the state or the prison service since the incident?
Well, what I could only talk for me, what I am aware of. I'm not saying nothing else has happened, but from the association side, we would have appointed one of our executive members to liaise with them to provide some support for them during this time. I know that based on what we are hearing, I think I don't know if they're going to do the surgery before or after he is discharged.
Right.
But he is going to need a medical bed. And, we will be trying our best to ensure that we can have that sort of accommodation made for him to aid in his recovery. But, on our side, we are doing all that we can to support the family.
And what about the Minister of Homeland Security? Or the Commissioner of Police? Did they made any commitment to increase the security of officers off duty?
What I know, what we did see was in fact a heightened presence of police, and we have other agencies also. I must commend the new police commissioner.
Right.
What he did to us was alien. We were kind of taken aback as like, this man, but like he's a prison officer. It was when we saw the response, and people might say, well, it's just words and he just made these releases, but those simple things, what it communicates to us is that we are still seen, that somebody understands, hey, these people we need to hear that we are being supported. And that goes a long way in addressing the very low morale of the staff. It doesn't alleviate it totally, but certainly it does, give us some hope that some positive will be derived.
Now, Mr. Gordon, you mentioned before there are roughly around 3,200 prison officers currently in Trinidad and Tobago. In your opinion, do you think that those numbers are low? And why do you think if they are, what do you think can be done to encourage more people to view this as a profession? Because as you said, it's not just a walk. It's not just a 9 to 5 that you wait every month for an eagle to land.
Oh no, we have a lot of systemic challenges. The process from applying to becoming a recruit is one that is managed by the Public Service Commission. So although we will do the initial selection where everybody came, and we all would remember all those people coming to the Prison Sports Club, right, about 2 years ago. I think we would have eventually submitted around 9,000 names to the Service Commission to do the exam. They did that exam a few weeks ago. But the process is very convoluted and it's long. If you talk to any officer, for I myself, it probably took about 2 years from application to actually coming in to train.
Wow.
Right. And that is one of the issues. I think that and it's something I've been asking for even when I was General Secretary all back in 2013, 2014. I was talking about us, the prison service, having its own commission, like the police service. Because what happens is that the Public Service Commission, they manage us, they manage the fire service, the teaching service commission.
Right.
They also manage the entire public service.
Right.
And you're looking at about, let me say, between 60 and 70,000 different positions across the length and breadth of Trinidad and Tobago. And it's easy for an organization like us to get lost.
Right.
Because they themselves are short. They are short-staffed. I know, we had a meeting with the deputy DPA some while ago, and, it's evident that, there's only so much a few people can do, but they do try. But I am saying, moving forward in addressing the shortage, in addressing our ability to keep pace with attrition, because every year we have people retiring. Every week, it was brought to my attention, we have a number of officers resigning the position. We have officers who, because we have something called superannuation, which is an enhanced retirement arrangement, which would allow the officer upon reaching 50 years old to ask permission to retire early. And we are seeing a number of officers exercising that particular option. And that is on the backdrop that the last time we had a batch train, those people now have 5, I think going on 6 years service. So we have not had a let me not say recruitment, we have not had training for new officers in 5 years.
That's a long time. That's definitely seems like a long time. Especially if you're losing officers steadily every year, and according to you, every week.
What about the policies and the legal reform, Mr. Gordon? Do you believe there's a need to revisit legislations or internal policies to ensure better protection for prison officers on duty and also off duty?
We have suggested and advanced and indicated our willingness to engage in a similar process that we did when we did the amendments to the Prison Service Act.
Right.
That we employ something called, or we develop, or they come up, we work with them to come up with something we like to call the Law Enforcement Officer Safety Act. It would place the sort of focus that is required to protect the protectors, because we always say the men and women involved in law enforcement, and strange enough, we're not even talking about ourselves alone. Police officers have been known, custom officers, immigration. So what we are saying is that under that whole umbrella of defining what law enforcement is, that we need to have something extremely robust that speaks to housing availability.
Right.
Because housing where you live is that directly impacts your safety. Prison officers can't go any and anywhere and just live. That is a risk. When you talk about officers being armed, we have never said that we want for them to just drop a box and gun in the jail and whoever want take. That is irresponsible.
Right.
I've said, however, is that if any officer is so desirous of acquiring an FUL for his safety and that of his family, that there must be a clear process for him to engage, and one that does not take 5 years or 2 years to determine his suitability. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And we also talk about medical care, because all of that talks about protecting the protector. we using the same example. Mr. Balwin was shot multiple times. He is taken to the public hospital. But we have to have what? Security arrangements. You have to have police. You have to have prison officers there. And what we are saying is that it's something that we are looking at is have a hospital separate and apart to deal with protective servicemen. I've had issues in the past where an officer is warded, and on the same ward there's an ex-inmate or an inmate, and the inmate family come in, they want to look at him, and I mean, the thing about it, you can't remember everybody as a prison officer. You in a division has 250 inmates, 300 inmates, and you can't remember everybody, but they would remember you.
Correct.
Right? So, you know, when we talk about these things, it's not that we are saying that we are better or we deserve better. What we are saying is that we are different. And we are different because of the service we are providing to the state. And because we are providing this particular service to the state, we think that it is only fair that there are certain aspects of our lives and livelihood that we should not have to worry about.
And I totally agree. I totally agree. I can't see it in a different light. I mean, just by you taking this time and explaining this to us, I mean, I could see the reasoning behind it. And also, you know, I want to find out from you, you know, because as you give this information to us, we could definitely say that this was not an isolated incident. This has been something that has been going on for a while now, and a lot of officers have been targeted, right? So, what immediate measures is the Prison Officers Association demanding to prevent this from happening again? Now, I know that that question might seem like, you know, yes, it's like some of these things are literally unpredicted, but I mean, what are you guys putting in place with intentions that it's not going to happen again?
Well, going back to some of the things I said earlier, first let me say that the criminal mind, criminal psyche in Trinidad and Tobago is crazy.
It is.
As to preventing, none of us could anticipate, but what we could do is that we could prepare.
Right.
So we are supporting, of course, the arming of officers, but with robust training, situational awareness, understanding how to determine if something is a threat, understanding that you cannot, and I would have made a release on our Facebook page, simple things, changing your route, changing your timing, don't visit the same places every day. You know, you have to, what we say, you know, they say target hardening.
Right.
We would want all our officers to practice. Some could practice it more than others, because I mean, if you have to pick up your children from school, if you have to pick up your wife from work or your husband, or, you know, there are certain things that remain constant, but as much as possible, you know, try to engineer some uncertainty into your routine. You understand? Don't be coming home the same time. Don't leave home the same time every day. Don't use the same routes. Don't go in the same grocery. I mean, those things may seem weird, but it could add a layer of, I don't want to say protection, but put you in a position, a more advantageous position.
And that leads me, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. The other thing is we need to have a new facility built. all of the prisons across the length and breadth of Trinidad and Tobago.
And this is based on the conditions of the prisons?
Yes. And not only that, we would have engaged the OSH board, OSHA.
Right.
They would have sent out, I think it's over the last 2 years, have been engaged in a process of a series of inspections of all the nation's prisons. And none, there's no prison, none in Trinidad and Tobago that meets the threshold for what is and what it should be under the OSH Act.
Wow.
There are none of breaches. In fact, we have 2 of the facilities. The OSH board would have placed 2 of the facilities in court.
Right.
Right? So we need, besides a new facility, and this is what I'm saying, we have to understand that unlike other departments who are not directly involved with the lives of citizens who are incarcerated on a 24-hour basis.
Mr. Gordon, you know, a lot of information was out in the public domain in relation to this incident, and some said that it was some individual that was going to visit an inmate, and there was some sort of altercation, and that it stemmed from that where the officer was attacked. I think it happened on the Wednesday, and I think the incident happened on the Friday where the officer was shot at. And I want us to be as transparent as possible, but would you not say that based on this attempted assassination, there is a lot of rogue elements within the prison service? And my thing is, what message would you want to tell those persons who are within the service and are literally communicating and putting and being a part of these assassination attempts on their brothers and sisters in that particular armed force? What message would you say to them?
Well, let me deal with this I'll give 2 responses. I'll address the issue of that incident, which led to the arrest of a visitor and whatnot.
Right.
Time a prison officer is murdered. In fact, every time anybody is murdered in Trinidad and Tobago, there's this underlying talk. What did they do? How that happened to them? And over the years, what has come to me is this: we have to stop making excuses for criminal intent and action. Because a life, whatever incident happened, no life was taken. And are we saying as a people that once we get what we think is a reason for why it happened, that means that them should not do what happened, and they should not allow what happened to happen and whatnot? I think it's a defense mechanism psychologically that we as a people have adopted, because we do not want to accept that we are living in a space, in a community, in a town, in an area where something like this could happen to me for no reason. It could happen because the person just sick. It could happen because we have people with murderous intent. That is all. They are in society with us, but they are separate and apart from us. And I want us to stop trying to assign a reason like that and accept the reason is that we're living amongst monsters. They will kill you. They will kill your wife. They will kill your children. They do not care. Because if it's not one thing, it's something else. And when we look and we analyze across all of the murders, and I may send you a list when we are finished, and you look at what happened, Fitzalbert Victor washing his car in Prisca Lands. They jumped the wall, they shot him multiple times in his head. Gardner going to collect rent. He had took some properties renting in Diego Martin, gone. They shot and killed him. Wayne Jackson going home, getting into, come out, open his gate, boom, shot him at his car. And there are so many instances over the years. And we had found ourselves in a place that, what did they do? The only thing that they did, all of them, was found themselves employed within the Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service, where you have to deal with the criminal element that nobody else wants to deal with. Everybody is quite content. Lock them up, throw away the key. We are no longer concerned with justice. We are concerned with retribution. And until we start to be objective and do some serious introspection, then we are not going to improve our stead as we move forward. The other issue is, sorry, to a message, and I've said it over and over. If you are a prison officer and you are trafficking, I am begging, leave the service. Leave the service. Leave us alone. Go far, far away. Just go and resign. You don't have to tell anybody anything. You don't have to say anything. Just go. Go away. Because we have too many hard-working men and women who are engaging this hostile environment day in and day out. And then you have some fool, for whatever reason, is doing this stupidness, or just resign. Just leave us alone. Leave us alone, because it tramples on every good. Like I saw somebody post in one of our secret chats, they say 1 step forward, 2 steps back. It always seems. So we're pushing forward and we're trying to do the best that we can with the limited resources, with the failing infrastructure. You're getting threatened every day. Hey, who go kill and who I go kill? You might even get a threat. We bury so many people. I fed up go funeral in my 27 years. My wife told me she never knew nobody could go has so much funeral.
Lord Jesus.
And so my message to those rogue fools, to those idiots, to those clowns, oh God, leave us now. Just resign and go and drive truck.
Correct.
Go and do anything else, but come out from the jail now and give me our ease now.
And Mr. Gordon, in closing, you know, this month is men's mental health, and you know, I want to hear from you and obviously the association what is in place. So you know, how are you guys how do you guys deal with, you know, I mean, because this job could be a very stressful one, and I know over, you know, the last couple of years we have seen a lot of officers within the different services struggling with mental health. What is in place to, you know, to help and assist officers that may be struggling with, you know, mental issues?
Well, firstly, you wouldn't believe that there is nothing really in place. We have, I think it's 5, I could be wrong, I stand to be corrected, psychologists who are really assigned to the prison, the officers believe, to deal with the inmates. There is no dedicated psychologist or group of psychologists to deal with the prison officers. And I think it's understandable. Prison officers have a lot of trust issues. We do not trust people easily.
But Mr. Gordon, seriously, nothing. Yeah. They have nothing in place for officers.
What happens is that we have some of the psychologists. They would meet with officers who are so desirous. They would even meet with their families. But the number of officers who utilize that facility is not as much as we would like. And it goes back to the fact that when you speak to them, whether real or imagined, whether they are right or wrong, they do not want to deal with anybody who is dealing with the inmates.
Well, I think that is something that definitely needs to be addressed, though, and I hope that the authority, the Homeland Security and Justice, however, that they do put something in place, because I think that officers, need to have that conversation and need to be able, because as men, as you would know, sometimes we tend to keep in things and we try to sort out things on our own, and we refuse help. But sometimes, so, that channel should always be open so that, at least they know that there's a door that they could at least be able to enter and be able to at least get something off their chest. Yeah?
I think, when I talk to my co-workers, sometimes in conversation, I know that a lot of us not good, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You're not good. You have a lot of hurt, a lot of disappointment. When this thing with Balgobin, that particular batch, the officer who went missing and then they found him hanging down in the that batch, they lost a number of their batch mates due to really kind of horrific things. By my batch, we lost people. You lose people you're working with. You're not working with the guy, and then you're watching news in the night and they say somebody shot, and when you check, you were working with. There's a lot of trauma existing amongst prison officers that is going unchecked. And we really rely heavily on each other.
Right.
But we have some of us, a lot of us, still would, as you said, we'll keep it right there inside and we will grind it, but then it starts to affect your physical body. Hypertension comes on and all these sort of things, and everything come clashing together. So it really, we need a serious positive intervention. And I think it starts with just simply recognizing and accepting the fact that notwithstanding we have a few fools who I just invited to leave, we have a good bunch of citizens who are prison officers, both men and women, who continue to make those sacrifices for their families and for their communities, and that we need some positive attention.
Well, Mr. Gordon, I wanna take this time to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to chat with us and give us an update of exactly what is going on. And I want to let you know that on behalf of the Street Council here on the Street 919 FM, that we want to make sure and thank you and thank all the prison officers of Trinidad and Tobago for all the hard work that they do, and to let you guys know that it's not that we are not seeing it. At least for us here, we know, and we want you guys to know that continue to do your job, and we hope that those rogue elements, whether they are listening or not, that they take that message that you give, and we would also share that same sentiment. If it is that you're there for the wrong reasons, then pack up shop and leave, you know, and give the honest officers that opportunity to get the job done. Yeah. So again, thank you so much, Mr. Gordon, and I hope that you enjoy your weekend and you continue to do your part. I mean, you said it's over 27 years, I believe you said, that you're in the service, which is something that is great, and I really hope that God continues to give you, you know, that blessing and that energy to be able to carry on. And I hope that all that the association has in place, that the persons that need to obviously authorize these things would be able to listen and at least start to implement things so that things will get better.
Please. And thank you for the opportunity. Thank you to your listeners.
Not a problem. So again, to you and on behalf of the Street Council, you have a good one, sir.
All right, blessings.
Nice. So guys, we're gonna have to pay some bills now, and we're gonna come back right after those bills. Yeah.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
It's easy on a Sunday morning. Tune in to Street 91.9 FM at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. with Minister Corey Joseph and the Youth Empowerment Foundation as we inspire you, motivate you, and educate you to achieve your dreams and purpose. Live your best life now. Support our vision and programs at any Republic Bank, the Youth Empowerment Foundation, account number 0902-3963-3931. For prayer, counseling, and social outreach, WhatsApp 1-868-701-5555 or call 273-1998. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. Think big. God has a plan for your life. There is destiny inside of you screaming to come out. Sponsored by JD Guides Funeral Home and Stan Media. We care about you.
Young people of our nation, ignite your wellness journey with Nature's Touch Youth Health Caravan with Princess Omega and Associates. Prevent ill health today and reap the benefit of good health tomorrow. Join us every second and fourth Saturday of each month at 9:25 a.m. to 9:55 a.m. where we bring to you innovative health solutions. Invest in yourself today by ensuring that you're enjoying optimum health. We are located at number 3, 7th Avenue North via the Eastern Main Road, Barataria. For further information, please call or WhatsApp us at 868-310-8671 or 364-4464. Remember, at Nature's Touch, your health is our priority.
Fire Mood Fridays on the Street 919 FM with yours truly, MC Duke and Selector Kochi. All genres of music from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Make it a date and don't be late. Rock and come in. Fire Mood Fridays. Club 919 FM. You don't know.
Ikaro, I am Alatumishe Ifabamishe Aganki, better known as MC Duke.
And every Monday between the hours of 9 p.m. to midnight,
I host a show called Orisha, The Way of Life, right here on the Shit 919 FM, where I have guests passing through from the Orisha Ifa Baptist Diaspora to educate, edify, and inform you, the listening public, about Orisha Ifa practices. So remember to tune in
every Monday between the hours of 9 p.m. to midnight
for Orisha, The Way of Life.
Don't miss June savings at Furniture Plus. Enjoy up to 30% off appliances today. Plus, shop appliance bundle deals and get up to $1,000 in mini appliances. No cash, higher purchase plans available. Save more now at Furniture Plus.
Hi, I'm Valentine Garcia.
And I'm Nikki Garcia.
Please join us on the Final Hour broadcast every Thursday at 9 a.m. on the Street 919 FM radio.
Every week we will journey into the amazing Word of God. So please join us.
See you then.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
Tune in to The Street 919 FM every Friday from 9:15 a.m. to 9:45 a.m. with Kingdom Health Services, situated at number 125 to 186 Eastern Main Road in Tunapuna. For the program, Health and Healing, merging the old with the new, with Mr. Brent Diet. For more information, call 318-7471 or 484-0141 or 360-4100. It's all about Kingdom Health Services on The Street 919 FM.
Hi there, I'm Lester Suglal, inviting you to join me on the first, second, and third Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the program Slow Gospel Music, and on the fourth and fifth Saturday from 8:30 p.m. for an extended version of Slow Gospel Music on Street 91.9 FM.
Join the winning team with Pastor Alkaline John every Tuesday from 11:05 a.m. to 12 noon and every Thursday night from 8 to 9 p.m. live on the Street 919 FM as he talks about Lviv, the power of 5 fruits, one of the most powerful antioxidant supplements on the market today. The 5 superfruits in Lviv are mangosteen, acai, pomegranate, goji, and nuni. These fruits have a positive and profound impact on human health performance and disease. Join him as he gives live testimonials of the Lviv healing powers. To get more information, you can contact Pastor Alkaline John at 516-286-7079 or you can visit his webpage at www.alkalinejohn.com. Remember, every Tuesday from 11:05 a.m. to 12 noon and every Thursday night from 8 to 9 p.m. live on the Street 919 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
All rise. All rise. The Street Council is in session on the Street 919 FM.
Now the election back and I'll die away. In short, this is what I have to say. Let us forget fights and grudges and concentrate. Come, let us sit and try to relate. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come, let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together. Oh, yeah. Remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now more than ever we must show discipline, tolerance and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together. So much of things that we need to see about. Surely I do have to spell them out. Cause you know as well as I do, the only way is put in more effort and less play. Because now more than ever we must show discipline, tolerance and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together.
Joining the Street 919 FM family for the first time? We're so glad to have you. Call us at 466-5391 and tell us where you're calling from. Let's connect with our community. On the Street 919 FM, the #1 election station. Get interactive with us. Call now and be part of the show. Don't miss out. Dial 466-5391 or 342-0081 and join the conversation today. The Street 919 FM, where your opinion matters.
Members, we invite you to be a part of the conversation. Please be mindful and remember our house rules. Be respectful. Keep your contribution under 3 minutes. This house is open to everyone.
So, welcome back to the Street Council, right here on the Street 919 FM. Anderson and Hashim, we are here. I gotta say good afternoon again going out to all the crews streaming us live via YouTube and our website.
In short, this is what I have.
Don't forget, guys, that you guys could share the live and
let us forget fights and grudges and concentrate
and be a part of the show. So in the last hour, if you missed it, we had a great conversation with the President of the Prisons Association, Mr. Gordon, who took time to explain to us and to give us an update of that incident that happened last week, Friday, with one of the prison officers who got shot. And, he shared a lot of information with us in relations to what happened and what, some of the struggles, some of the issues that our prison officers do have and are affected by as well. But one thing that kind of stood out for me, which is a really, really, really huge concern, is that there's nothing in place to deal with officers' mental health.
Working hard.
And my brother,
that is surprising. Well, no, I don't even want to say it's surprising. It's disappointing. Because a part of me isn't surprised. A part of me genuinely isn't surprised. Because again, mental health is such a taboo issue here. And when I mean here, I mean in the islands in general. You know, you don't want to admit that there's something that sometimes life is too much, right? Because the drilling in the head of you wake up this morning, you have a roof over your head, you have a bed to sleep in, then you should be grateful, and that is it, and just keep pushing. And we're talking about men and women in general, right?
Let me take this one. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Also,
good afternoon.
This thing it's been going on years. Because I don't know, remember, it's a commercial, Achilles. And he went to something, and a young guy, years ago, commercial, Achilles. And I don't know who these guys carry on in this system, but they deserve to be protected very highly and protected by the state. And if the state is rejecting them, I don't know. Because they do not do the job. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your contribution, member. So, you know, we invite you guys to be a part of the show. You know, you guys know the numbers. 4665391 and 3420081. You guys could also call on WhatsApp and send your voice notes as well, yeah?
Yeah, listen, it doesn't make sense. Not everybody's life is the same, right? While some of you out there might be able to just get by with being able to just wake up and be thankful for breathing, some of us have other issues that we have to face. And to the brave men and women who work in our prison system, the fact that there's no outlet for them to seek mental health is egregious. These are men and women who are working day in and day out to detain dangerous people that the society deemed dangerous, criminals, people that we are punishing for their crimes. It's their job to make sure that they stay where they are. Do you think that is a job? You think it's like babysitting your neighbor's child? There are murderers, there are thieves, people of violent natures in these prisons. And it's their job to maintain peace in these confined spaces. And you think that is not mentally taxing on people? And so so now they have to go and seek external help out of their own money, out of their own pocket.
Exactly. And we're not even asking the question, do they even have the funds?
Exactly.
Let me take this one. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome. Hello, are you there? Hello? KFC, you there?
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi,
Good afternoon, DJ Anderson and Jim.
Yeah.
I just step out and come back to give my breakdown about Shaw, man.
Oh God, we offered that already.
Yeah, we actually you know, had an interview with the president of the Prisons Association. So, you know, we was more or less just touching on that. And the incident happened last week Friday.
So you're talking about mental health?
Correct.
Yeah.
I know that we have mental health, you know, because we just go through a lot of pressure and things are going on there, you know. Not only prison alone. Carry my people walking around the place right now, you know.
Yep.
So mental health is very serious. But so there's been some place for people who like each other on mental health, a 5-story hotel by City Gate down there. I never finished as that for the last 9 years. So all the mental health people all over the streets and Potter Square all over the place.
Down by City Gate, you say?
So you look at we work by the bus stop and that's down by the 5-story hotel. You hear about it?
Oh Lord, KFC. All right, okay.
I the book a room there, you know, but I the book a room there, I hold on still. Bless.
All right.
Oh God. Well, let me know if you
All
can.
rise. All rise. The Street Council is in session on the Street 919 FM.
Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Good afternoon, DJ Anderson. I listen to the president, man. Oh, amazing. But, Anderson, you ever spent time in prison?
No Panadol.
No, I make 5 years between 1975 to 1979, right? We days was one prisoner to a cell. You understand? Now we are 16, we are 17. It's overcrowded. I don't know. If you had the pleasure of, after my 2 years in incarceration, I come a cook, DJ Anderson. So I had the pleasure of visiting the woman prison too in America, which I was a waiter. And do you know our woman prisoners had to go through things too by DJ Anderson? But the way of dressing is different. You can't wear no lace dress, and you know, I think that has to change because no matter how a woman's sister commit a crime, they are fashionable too, eh? You know, by so DJ Anderson just my take on it in prison because I make my 5 years, right? So
all right.
So
Okay.
DJ Anderson, I'm a free man also. Love.
All right. Thank you.
Gang, Panadol.
All right.
Remember the key to success is working hard. For our country,
You good?
we must have...
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah,
Alright.
I good.
Alright.
I good. It's just how Panadol bring that across to me a while ago. Prison is a good place to visit now.
No, man. He just telling you his experiences.
No,
man.
I get that. But Lord Jesus, prison is not for me. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Hey, good evening, DJ Anderson, and good evening, Dream. This is Echoes. How you guys doing?
We going all right in Echoes.
All right, nice. Well, so let me break it down in steps. The first thing, that prison supposed to move from the center of the city and go somewhere rural. Build over that prison and make it in sections. You see, in this prison you have here right now, you can't take somebody with a felony of marijuana or child maintenance and put them in the same cell with convicted murderers or people with murder in conviction in the name. You can have them combining because this is where initiation and friendship are born. And now a simple man who come in for marijuana will become part of a gang. So you have to sectionize it. The second thing, how come these prisoners get access to cell phone? Because they do videos and they put it out on the internet. How come these prisoners are able to cook all these food and show it out on the internet? How come these prisoners could be playing music and had tablet and all that? They showed it. You see, the first thing you have to understand is that people who work in the prison, some of them feel threatened because they know this one is a gang leader, this one is a murderer. And they say things like, the geographic is so small in Trinidad that, hey, I know your family, you know. So here we are. So by so when I'm bringing something, I want it to pass. Second thing, the technical staff in the prison. What about the jammers? Why the jammers not working? Why, when they make phone calls, why it's not recorded? They are not free citizens like us. They're innocent until proven guilty, but they're in an institute. So they have their rights have been cut. So you can record any conversation that they have. Because if you look at different programs on the internet in America and different countries, They investigate people who convicted of a crime, but they don't say anything. They be silent, they don't snitch. But when they go in the cell, they speak to another cellmate. And they record that, and that is held in court. And they can get convicted with that. You see, blowing over the prison and doing all that is I agree with the guy. And in mental health, yes, they need to have psychiatric help and mental stability and I believe they should have firearms to go home with to protect themselves and their family. But we have to look at the technical aspect of it. How come they could make videos? How come they could be calling? How come people could come in and bring in certain cigarettes and marijuana? Because they be smoking it. You see videos. So there's a whole reshuffle and a whole new thing we have to do because building a new prison, but having the same system in place, it makes no sense. The same thing will be happening. Now, I believe that the prisoners and them should have some form of faceware or something if you're dealing with certain elements that is gang leaders and criminals, so they're not be able to recognize who they're speaking to because the geographic is so small in Trinidad. Because if you look at it, everybody know everybody. So I believe they have to sit down on the table, bring everything up, and come to a solution because the technical aspect of it, the technology need to improve, mental health, and I believe all prison officers should have a firearm to go with. Good program, guys. Look on this.
All right, thanks, Echoes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I can agree with some of the points Echoes is making. You know, and why is that not in place? Why aren't they allowed to have licensed firearms? They are essentially law enforcement. They are just overseeing the criminal element of the country. If anybody needs protection, it's them. Most definitely. And I think I also agree with the suggestion to give masks to these officers. Just for identity purposes, because we live in a society where the criminal element is very vengeful. Just like Mr. Gordon said, a lot of these people out here are monsters. They do not care. If they find any attachment to you, they will threaten the people around you.
But I really hope that the rogue elements take that advice. If you know that you're there for the wrong reasons, just leave.
I wish I could tell you that they heard the message and they would get out tomorrow, but that is not going to happen.
I know, right?
People love being cushy and getting away with nonsense at the same time.
And it boils down to greed, eh?
Of course it does.
They wanna earn more. It's never enough.
Yep, that's all it is. And
so you signed up for a certain job. You signed up knowing that this is your salary, and then you want to live beyond your means, or you just find that it's easy, more convenient to be able to smuggle things into the prison and to do things that you're not supposed to be doing.
We can go beyond the prison system. Those in the police force to do the same thing, who answer to criminal elements outside of their superiors in the police commission, right? We can talk about politicians who are in deep pockets with white collar criminals.
True.
On people's payroll.
Hello.
Hi. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
To ex-prisoner talking to you, right? Our system inside it needs to be changed very well. In my days, we had to defecate in a bucket very well. And the bucket, 2 hand bucket, one for drinking water and one to defecate. And when the prison officer come in, drinking water, you don't know which one we've been using. So wherever that system hasn't been changed. But no matter we do crime and things away, but God have mercy that we are humans. You know what I mean? We are twin begonians. When you had the Jonathan, when you had that slam behind you way long way, it's different. So thanks for taking the call. I am a being an ex-prisoner. So the brothers from them inside that we need, something, and guys, do something better for us. The other day, a man shared a video how the prison was flooded by homeless people. So did you understand? Thanks for taking my call. We're talking prison today, prison life.
Okay, all right, thanks. Mr. Gordon also mentioned about the conditions of the prisons, and if it's not suitable even for officers, I could only imagine for inmates.
Yeah.
And as the previous caller just mentioned too, there was a video over, I think this week here, where they were complaining and mentioning about floods. And I've seen some footage as well of the prisons, and I must say the conditions is some of it to me is inhumane. You know?
Of course it is. And it's easy to just brush off and say they deserve what they get. They look for that. If you wanted to be treated like a human, you would not do crime in the first place. But at the end of the day, humans are still human, right? Even though they don't have all their rights anymore, I think they still have a right to at least basic necessities.
I'm not asking for the state of the art, but I'm asking that
functional facilities. At the very least.
I mean, no inmate, no prison, no person who commits a crime should believe that they are going into a 5-star hotel. Right? The accommodation inside there should not be like that. But at the same time, too, we expect it to be of a certain living standard. At least they have their basic necessities. And the condition overall, it's not like how it is right now. I think we could do way better. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Good. We are giving the Anderson and Dream News Echoes again. I'll get one more thing. You see the judicial system? You see these small cases, and people are child maintenance and marijuana and all these. Those cases are supposed to be fast. You don't have to wait 3 and 4 years to fight that case. You need to get these guys out of there, because a simple charge like that shouldn't be taking 4 and 5 years for your case to call. That's why the prison is so overcrowded. Because the system, the judicial system, is too slow. The gather evidence is too slow, and the detection rate is too low, and the conviction rate is too low. And that is the bottom line. We need to fix that too. All right, guys.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. Very and for that Echoes.
Come to the front. There is no reason for minor cases to be taking multiple years.
A lot of things contributes to this problem that we have, and that is a key factor. There are persons who are within the system, and up to now, their trial they haven't had a trial.
For a very minor case. Something as simple as child support disputes. There's not a man or woman that has robbed anybody, right? Or has killed someone. But you're holding them in prisoners with drug dealers and killers over financial disputes. Come on.
So we invite you guys, to be a part of the show. You guys know the rules, and those numbers are gonna 342-0081 and also 466-5391.
I don't know if you wanted to get into the other thing that you showed me last night, or we're gonna save that for Monday.
We could probably save it for Monday.
Alright.
Because looking at the time as well, it's just about
that's fair.
Yeah, it's just about 22 minutes to the top of the hour. And you guys know we do it on a Friday. Give you guys some music in the last hour. make it a bit, you know, more relaxed.
Light into the weekend.
Yeah. For the ones on YouTube, you know, you will have to probably try and get onto the website because it's gonna be easier for you to be able to listen to that last hour and to the music as well. Yeah. Alright, let me take this one. Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Yo, DC Andy.
Hi, good afternoon.
Brother Dream.
What's up?
This is Trevlon here. I quiet, it's full respect. I quiet.
Hey, brother Trev.
I would not be able to call every day. It's all love.
Yeah,
of
course,
man. Respect.
Yeah, man. I wouldn't be able to call every day. So this, I don't know when next time I'll be able to call, right?
Right.
But it's all love. It's all love to Trinidad and Tobago. You know, a couple months. I know. Touching base with the station.
Right.
A couple months ago, Tobago was vying for autonomy from Trinidad. Let me take a couple seconds and think about that. Our sister Isle was vying for separation from Trinidad. Let me think about that based on how we operate in Trinidad. Tobago said we don't like that. We really don't want to be affiliated with that.
But I think years now that you know, they have been asking for this. Yeah, years now.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Years now they have been asking for this.
So that is something to think about. Yes, now Tobago. But for right now, moving forward, I just hope, and as I close, I hope right now our leaders and all our citizens take a moment to think. Just think. We want to be about positivity for ourselves, for our children, for our parents, for our grandparents, for ourselves. We want to be about positivity and enjoy life. Life is so enjoyable. You know what I mean? So love and appreciation. Blessings to you, DJ Andy, and the Dream. That is all love, right?
Nice, man. But you have yourself a good weekend.
Thank you, brother. Respect.
Yeah, man.
This also goes for every Trinbagonian who going to live in a foreign land.
Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Sorry for coming back.
Oh, Lord.
But Teacher Anderson, we have an offshore prison too.
Yeah,
which I spent 1 year in Korea. 1 year in Korea. But the system much better down there than in Trinidad, right? So we have an offshore prison. Anybody who spent time in Korea, they must show to it. Yeah, later we don't go.
All right, Panadol.
Later.
All right.
Our land, come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation.
I was gonna inquire about the offshore prison actually, Anderson. You know, wondering if that I guess it would have been a conversation for another time, but wondering if it would be more prudent just to have one giant facility for the nation. But I don't know if that one prison would be large enough to hold every criminal that we have. So I don't know.
I think a prison that is, you know, offshore is you know, I think there's a reason behind that. Probably I don't know if it for ones that probably I'm not sure, but I probably would have to look into it. But I'm not too sure if it is that you fall under a certain category as to when they will send you there in that particular prison. Depending on what you do, probably you're at higher risk to probably escape, or I don't know. I'm not too sure. You know, so it's something that we could definitely look into. But based on you know, photos and videos that I've seen of the prisons on land here, I don't even want to see.
What do you want that sea look like?
Yeah, at all. Wow. And I don't really want to make it sound like, you know, like we really, you know, put in so much emphasis on those prisoners. As much as we do care of their, you know, their safety and so forth. I think right now the main emphasis is on our officers.
Yeah.
The ones that literally are putting their life at risk to keep these felons, these people that have decided that they want to live on the edge and commit heinous crime against other citizens, and to now know that, you know, while you're doing your job, you yourself are becoming a target, and it's not one person, it's many officers. And based on what Mr. Gordon mentioned to us, you know, if you look around the world, you know, it's not happening as it's happening. Yeah, but frequently as it happens here. You know, so many officers are being targeted. He even mentioned too that, you know, he fed up with funeral. You know, his wife even mentioned to him, like, first time she see it, you know, so how much funeral you go? You know, it's like every time she wash the black shirt and she go down and put it in the wardrobe, he say, no, iron it.
Yeah, iron it one time.
Iron it one time, because you don't know. You don't know.
You never know. It have to be on standby one time.
Hi, good afternoon, member. Welcome.
Depressing.
Good afternoon, Mr. Anderson.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to the dream.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Anderson, you ever play football on a big stone?
If I ever play football with a big stone, no.
Right? You might have played football on a piece of tractor land and that kind of thing. I don't know if you ever did.
You want to load on your radio a little bit, please?
Moving from the radio.
Thank you.
Yeah, you see Carrera? Carrera is a big stone surrounded by salt water. Right? The barge, I think, that's come every Wednesday. You see that period?
We still getting a heavy feedback. Heavy feedback.
Next one now. You see that one what panel talking about? That period, eh? Well, I was down there at that period. I used to play football for the group they call the Messengers. That era, panel going to know how bad the Messengers were.
We're real getting a feedback. I'm not too sure your radio really loud.
It's a man play music really back. You up, man? I'm going. I can't really give what I want to give.
Yeah. Sorry about that. About your feedback. Yeah, but we get you.
Yeah.
The guy say
Carrera's a rock.
Yeah, he says like playing football with a big stone. Wow.
Huh. Yeah, me thinking now, have I ever played football with a stone?
Nah, not me.
Not a big stone, but like a rock.
What?
Like a little pebble.
Okay, but not a big stone, Hashi.
Not a big stone.
I mean...
Okay, we're going on a major tangent here, but okay. It's like a... What do you would call it? A pebble, a rock, and a big stone. It's levels to the thing now, boy.
Okay.
I think, yeah. Why don't we kick around a little pebble, you know? Just large enough that you won't feel it when you kick it. Anyway, that was off topic.
As I said, you do the crime. I am sorry, but I do. At this point, I don't even want to get. I don't want an excuse, you know. I don't even want to hear inmate complaining. You get salt in your soup, too much salt in your porridge, your bread too hard.
That's not how we consume. You're being fed.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, you're being fed.
Yeah.
You're very lucky that you're being fed after you just kill somebody's grandmother.
Like, I don't...
You worried about unseasoned food or overseasoned food?
I don't care. I honestly don't care. And they may say, Anderson, oh gosh, you're so inhumane, and or you would say that. But at this point, I am seeing too many prison officers, police officers, you name it. they are being targeted, and I want to more or less draw reference to the prison service. They are being targeted. They have families. How would you feel that your significant other, your father, uncle, brother, sister, left home happy to go and do this job, and you are getting a phone call to hear that they were just shot at, or worse yet, they die? Hi, afternoon member.
Yeah, well, I call back here.
Alright, we hear
I
you
walk
good now.
inside here saying something, right? Now, it's a fact. If you do the crime, prepare to do the time. But let me think about the innocent people in prison. It had that.
That's true.
I watch me. It have that a very serious number to it. Don't be surprised that people they condemn. It have people languishing away on remand. You know? It have people doing sentence. And watch me. They're really innocent. They're definitely innocent. Not the man who tell you like, I innocent, you know, and in your heart, you know, you're really guilty and things. But I don't want an innocent person. Definitely don't know how they get a case, what the backs behind that case.
Right.
And whether you want to believe it or not, when you get a frame case and you go in the courthouse, you just be a dummy, you know, because you gotta hear what them say. Right? Now considering the judiciary, right? The judiciary in this country mismanaged, it badly handled. This is why we had this big backlog of cases and all that kind of thing. I feel it's a racket running. You know, because every time they pull the case, you have to find money to pay the lawyer. Right? Now, if a police arrests you, it's because he had the evidence to hold you, you know. I believe so. That's why he arrests you. And if he had the evidence to arrest you, then he should be ready to start the case. How come 10 years after that case can't start? Something wrong. These are the things we have to look into.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. Correct.
Yeah?
Yeah, I said correct.
You know? And this is the state place. And really and truly hear that Royal Julius talk about, it's really inhumane, brother. It had two sections they call B1 and A1. Yeah, I telling you. Watch me. You see them politicians? I would like to pass them in for a little month and thing, yes? Just the way they just deal with the country. Because crime, I do support crime, you know. But crime is a kind of, how to say, survival. I will put it down to that. I'll go on, you know, right. Let somebody else talk.
Alright, thank you so much for your contribution, member.
He draws a fair point. He draws a fair point to the fact that there are many people in the prison system who do not deserve to be there.
And I'm not saying no. I wouldn't say no to that. I know that there are a lot of persons who would have just got caught up. Some of them too. They literally are innocent, you know. But you know,
in the wrong place at the wrong time, or just there for petty things that do not warrant jail time.
But just as Echo would have mentioned, right, is because part of it is our system. How long it takes to prosecute one. How long it takes for one court matter to be called.
We live in a system that is very 20th century.
20th? I think it's beyond that.
Sometimes it feels like 18th or 17th.
You know, like yesterday you mentioned that, I think you were saying that our immigration, they're still using paper. Right? But when you look at it, right? It's like the same thing when coming to our law system.
Yeah.
It's like they're still using copybook. Like they're still using pen.
When anything to government affiliated to do, getting an ID, getting a passport. Well, okay, I will allow the passport office because I had to renew my passport last year, and it actually took a lot less time than I thought it.
Nah, the passport moving faster.
The passport has moved significantly faster, and I applaud them man for it. But back in the day, it used to be a strain, a headache, and a hell. And it still is for a lot of things. To get an ID, to open a bank account. And we still have to bring all kinds of paper in here in order to get those things done. And then you wonder why people does... I mean, not say you wonder why people does turn to crime, but you wonder why people fed up of here. Because it's still so very archaic. They would rather take on the dangers of racial discrimination in America or conflicts in the Middle East than to just deal with these petty inconveniences that we do not need to deal with. Our other Caribbean brothers and sisters are moving forward significantly faster than we are. And this is one of the largest islands in the Caribbean. We like to call it the Mecca when it comes to soca. But we don't know how to move forward, modernize our nation. We gotta do better, guys. But we're gonna put a pin in that, and because it's about that time to move into our final hour. And like you said, we're gonna ease you into some good vibes for the weekend.
Oh, and you know, for the ones that love to post things on the social media, I want you guys to be very, very mindful of what you're posting, especially if it is that you intend to go to the embassy to apply for that visa. Because now your profile needs to be unlocked, because they want to be able to vet to see exactly what you just be up to. So for the ones that the warriors at home, the keyboard warriors, they're
like
looking
to bash
at you.
America and things.
They're looking at you, right? We gotta pay those bills, and then after we're gonna come back in our last and final hour. So you guys keep locked.
So join us right here on The Street 91.9 FM every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m. with Brother Samuel Gooding and Roland White, where we open the Bible and find answers to all these things and more. For it is written, man shall not live every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God.
This is the voice of Tuesday, Seventh-day Adventist. We are preaching Emergency Alert broadcast, which is from the Tuesday, Seventh-day Adventist Church. We will be featuring voices of brethren from different parts of the world, preaching the gospel, preaching prophecy as it relates to current events and the ending of the world. Listen to us on 91.9 FM every Sunday from 9:05 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Sundays. May God bless you as you learn the truth. In Jesus' name, amen.
Don't miss June savings at Furniture Plus. Enjoy up to 30% off appliances today. Plus, shop appliance bundle deals and get up to $1,000 in mini appliances. No cash, higher purchase plans available. Save more now at Furniture Plus.
Sale, sale, sale. Hurry down to Furniture Plus massive warehouse sale. Today from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Huge discounts on new and scratch and dent items. Shop furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. Everything must go. Find us at Lot 21D, David Blake Street, O'Meara Industrial Estate, Arima. Hurry down to Furniture, plus massive warehouse sale.
Every child is created for excellence. Release the natural intelligence from every child with the IBG educational products. Just listen to these testimonies.
He wanted to read to show me what he can read in one day time. We get through the program and he make real good marks. And she's singing the song. She liked the song too bad.
And they were really excited. It's success in no time for them.
With the IBG educational products, we guarantee instant learning to all.
This is about the best thing I've seen. Extremely well.
At IBG, we project the young minds of today to be leaders tomorrow. Just call us at 330-1384 or WhatsApp us at the same number, 330-1384. Delivery at your door. Find us on Facebook and Instagram. Start working from at home with the IBG educational products and send them out to school as champions.
Are you tired of scratching the surface? Do you want to understand the real forces shaping Trinidad and Tobago? From the delicate dance of our energy sector on the global stage, to the geopolitical shadows behind the crime affecting our streets, we dig deeper. The third umpire goes beyond the headlines. We connect the dots between local challenges and the international currents that truly impact your life, your wallet, your security. Join Stephen Matheson, Selvin Mitchell, and Ronaldo Rollux, 3 employment law and human resource management consulting professionals, as they unpack the complexities, analyze the power plays, and reveal the often hidden realities. Understand the game. Understand your role in it. The third umpire, critically analyzing Trinidad and Tobago's economic and political realities on how they affect your daily lives. Tune in Monday to Friday at 4 p.m. on The Street 919 FM. Don't just listen to the news. Understand it.
Planning your Tobago getaway? Choose the highest Google-rated car rental company on the island, O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago. Located just minutes from the A&R Robinson International Airport, at O'Neill, we pride ourselves on being the most tech-savvy car rental company in Tobago. Our process is 100% digital. No paperwork, no long lines. From easy pickup to seamless returns, renting a car in Tobago has never been simpler. WhatsApp us now at 1-868-361-1042 to book your vehicle. Don't forget to mention promo code RADIO2 to receive a 5% discount on your rental. Send a WhatsApp message to 1-868-361-1042 today. That's 1-868-361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago, the easiest, most reliable car rental experience on the island.
Vehicle availability is subject to change. Driver must be at least 25 years old and have a valid driver's license to book. For more information, visit www.rentalcartobago.com.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning on The Street 919 FM radio. Here my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Chamflo, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Destination for the best music around. All the hits and timeless classics on the Street 919 FM.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
You are listening to the Street 919 FM. Stay with us for